right, ladies and gentlemen, Phil Collins, Comcast, a little on-demand music. The 1980s, what a decade. You know, I've often said to my friends, before it's too late, we all need to go and just hang out and have an 80s jukebox night, Bring all of those dollar bills and just feed the machine and kind of step into that time machine. So what about the 80s? Why was it so special? Well, obviously, for me, height of my career as a disc jockey, idolizing many of the region's great disc jockeys, people that I truly idolized. But, I started in the industry playing album-oriented rock and top 40 music and really saw so many transitions in my life. Obviously, Motown, the biggest influence in my life, and of course, the godfather of soul, James Brown. And you had in the mix the Fab Four, the Beatles, the British Invasion, and obviously Woodstock, that era, and people that performed on that historic stage in upstate New York in the late 1960s. And then disco rolled in, and yeah, I was part of that too, man. I mean, the Bee Gees, Barry Gibb still out there doing what he does. Truly one of the most incredible stories and incredible talents the world has ever seen. And this past weekend in Pittsburgh, Kenny Chesney, one of the greatest recording artists that country music has ever seen, will go down in history as maybe the greatest of all time, and truly an amazing performer live. 10 years he's been coming to Heinz Field. And truly, I believe, the heir apparent to the king of pop, he is Justin Timberlake, and who for years idolized, before and during his time as NSYNC, the great talent of Michael Jackson. But as in everything, we have that competitive nature. And being a disc jockey, I loved all the British music, but I wanted to kind of have our own. McCartney and Lennon, right? Those, prolific songwriters that they were. And lo and behold, a couple of guys from Philadelphia who began their career in 1970, and I was with them in the early days of album-oriented rock and great songs like She's Gone. Well, folks, they found their niche. And they had 34 top 40 charting songs. 6 of them went to number 1. Of course, the unmistakable sound of Hall & Oates. Kiss on My List, Maneater, Adult Education. I mean, just an incredible run, right? 2 of the most talented people I think our country has ever seen, and I believe as good as McCartney and Lennon as far as penning some of the top songs that this country has ever enjoyed, especially when it comes to sheer joy and making you want to get up and dance. And true talent as far as their vocal range. And Live at Daryl's House, one of my favorite shows on MTV, never tried to miss it. And with all of the people that he brings in to, interweave with his blue-eyed soul sound, it proves once again he swings a sledgehammer when he lights up that room and plays that guitar. He's incredible, as is, his partner for many years. Yeah, Hall & Oates. I mean, need I say more other than, ladies and gentlemen, they will be at PPG Paints Arena this coming June 9th, which happens to be Saturday. So if there are a few tickets remaining, I highly urge you to get them because it will be sold out. And I mean, it is always standing room only whenever Hall & Oates come to town. And, they being from Philadelphia, them doing what they're still doing today at such a high level, because we're such sports geeks here in Pennsylvania, it's like the Eagles. Even if you're a Steeler fan, for them winning the Super Bowl, that was big. Those great hockey teams of the 70s, Dave the Hammer Schultz and Bobby Clark, the Broad Street Bullies, and Dr. J laying it in and rolling it off his fingertips so gently during those glory days with the Philadelphia 76ers. I mean, that's how big this is for fans of Philadelphia music to see these 2 guys doing what they do. So a tip of the hat from your Pratte Pack.